Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you've never seen me before, my name is Lucy and today I created this really sort of subtle, blown out, smoky eyeshadow look using the new Saffron Barker in collaboration with Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes. I don't know why I get so tongue-tied saying stuff like that. I think that an eyeshadow look like this is perfect for something like New Year's or a special occasion or birthdays, Christmas, anything like that. So I thought it would be really nice to use the more neutral colours in these palettes today to create something nice and smoky for you. So if you do want to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so in my previous video I told you I was going to show you how I've been doing my eyebrows recently using the Anastasia taupe brow wiz. However, shortly after that video it unfortunately ran out, so in replacement for that I am going to be using the brow definer instead. It's not going to give the exact same effect because obviously this is a lot thicker than the brow wiz, but you know, it's the same technique and pretty much the same except a different product. So I'm just going to use this instead. So at the moment I really haven't been doing a lot to my brows. I've been going for a more, I say natural, but I mean less filled in look than I usually do. So I literally just take the product. Obviously this is not what I've been using at the moment, but my brow wiz ran out like I just said. And I've just started by taking it through the front end of my brow and then literally just sort of filling in hair-like strokes throughout my brow. I'm not the best at doing that. A lot of people are actually better at making them look like hair than I am. I just sort of push the product in and hope for the best. But yeah, that's it really. After I've filled that in using the product, I'm literally just going to carve it out using concealer and be done with it. Oh, actually, before we do that, I do also take the clear brow gel from Anastasia and just run that through because I can't go a day without brow gel. We all know that by now. Now I'm going to take concealer and carve them out. Now I'm ready to prime my lids for the shadow, so a massive shocker, I'm taking the P. Louise base in the shade Rumour 02 and I'm going all over my eye with that. Whilst I do that, I'm also going to take the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is just the one I used to carve out my eyebrows today, and I'm going to just take it all around this sort of edge of my eye. I think this is like your temple area. But I'm just going to cover that all in concealer because the style of eyeshadow that we're going to do today, it requires sort of smoking out. So I just want to have a bit of concealer there to sort of set it down first. So we're not going to go over it with foundation later, if that makes any sense at all. So today for my eyeshadow, I'm going to be taking the 3 brand new palettes that Saffron Barker's just brought out with Beauty Bay. I'm not sure what day this video is going live, but they should already be on sale and available to buy by now. If not, I'll probably correct myself somewhere on the screen here, but I'm sure that they are already available to buy as of the 6th of December, which for me is tomorrow. So I'm just going to talk through each of the palettes first before I actually dig into them because they are all very, very different sort of palettes and they are very, very beautiful palettes with that as well. So first of all, this one here is obviously, as you can see, Good Vibes Only. These stickers do not come with the palette as far as I'm aware. I got these in my goodie bag when I went to the launch event, which by the way, how was I invited to Saffron's launch event? I still will never understand, but I can't believe I went. It was such a really, really great day. So thank you so much, Saffron, for inviting me. It was fabulous. Anyway, this is the Good Vibes Only palette. These stickers came in my little goodie bag, which came with the palettes. So I'm not sure if they come when you buy them, but I had to personalise my palettes so I knew which one was which because all 3 of them looked the exact same and I kept having to look at the back and it was just really annoying. So I've had to put stickers on all of them so I know which one's which. So this one is a Good Vibes Only. We have obviously got a very sort of peachy, orangey sort of colour story going on. These 2 down here I believe are meant to be highlighters and the rest are obviously eyeshadows, there are very neutral colours in this one. So this one is probably for people who don't really experiment with bright or dark colours, but this one is really pretty. This one in the middle here is sort of a mustardy colour surrounded by some different sort of shades of peach toned browns. This one's probably the least one I would use personally, but the colours do look really stunning. The second one here, this is Get Ready With Me. Now, as you can see by the state of the pans, I have already used this one. I've used this on multiple clients and also myself, and I really like this palette. I will definitely be using this a lot more, and I will be using this one today. I like this one because obviously it's the more darker of the palettes, and it's really good for like especially night outs. That's what I've used it for so far anyway. Obviously it's got the black, dark browns, bronzer, highlighter, and then some more like shimmery colours along the top. But this one is really pretty as well. Another one for people who aren't so into that colour, but they do a little bit more of darker, smokier looks, if that makes sense. This final one here, this is Love Affair. I believe this one is Saffron's personal favourite. Don't quote me on that, but this one here is really pretty. I like to call this one the Valentine palette, because when I look at it, it really reminds me of like Valentine's Day, obviously the pink colours and the sort of cranberry red here. However, saying that, when I look at it, it really reminds me of the Modern Renaissance palette. So I have this one here, and I'm just going to compare the two, because obviously the Modern Renaissance is like £40, and I'm not sure actually how much this one is, but they are very similar, and this one is definitely going to be a dupe for it. So comparing them side by side, you can see that this pink shade here is very similar to Love Letter, and then we've got the red shade at the bottom, which looks like red ochre, and then some of the orange shades, and you can just see that they're very similar sort of colour stories. So if you are looking for a dupe for the Modern Renaissance palette, this one will be a really good one for that. I do also like this palette because, like I said earlier, it does have a bronzer and a highlighter in it, as well as the eyeshadows. So you can obviously take this on the go, do your eyeshadow and your face with it, which is really handy, as well as obviously the mirror that comes in all three of the palettes as well. So this is a really nice little palette for traveling. Now, I'm not exactly sure of the look I'm going to go for today. Like I always do, I'm probably just going to wing it as it goes, but I am feeling really inspired by this campaign picture. I think this was one of the looks that Saffron did for her campaign shoot. Obviously very smoky, using the blacks, the browns, the sort of silvery shimmer shades. So I might do something really similar to that, but obviously you would have seen it by now. I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know what look I'm going for, but let's just roll with it. So I'm starting with the Get Ready With Me palette, and I'm starting with the black shade, which is called 24 Hour. I'm digging into that on a Morphe M507 brush, because this one has got a bit of a tapered tip, and I'm just going to pack that on my outer corner in a sort of winged out shape, but we're going to do the winging out later on, so it doesn't matter how it looks at the moment. Now, taking a Morphe JH35 brush, I'm going to dip into the dark brown shade in the same palette, which is called Slay, and I'm taking that just on the inner corner of that black. I'm also going to run that shade just slightly through my crease to start giving us some depth. So I didn't realise that my camera had actually cut off whilst I was filming that clip, so thank you for that, Sony. All I just did was use that dark brown shade and run it through my crease, and then just buffing out the edge of that black ever so slightly. Now I'm going in with the Good Vibes Only palette in the shade Dreamer, which is this one here, and I'm just going to use that to buff out that dark brown shade. Now I'm dipping back into 24 Hour with the same brush I used in the beginning, just to deepen up that black shade, as it's got a little bit lost with the other colours. These dark shades, especially this black, are actually really impressive. A lot of blacks nowadays can be very, very sheer and not very pigmented, but this one's really, really nice. And I'm not just saying that because I was at the event or anything like that. I genuinely really like this black, and I definitely will be using this as my go-to. Now what I'm going to do is dip into Sweet Pea, which is the middle shimmer shade in the Love Affair palette, and I'm going to apply that to the front half and the middle of my eyelids.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Instantly regretting that decision, so I'm going to see if I can correct that, but if not, I may have to take it off and start again. Take two. Okay, now I'm back to the stage where I was before I ruined my eyeshadow the first time. I'm not going to apply a shadow all over my lid and do the same again. I'm going to cut the crease, so I'm using the P. Louise base and the Zoeva 144 brush to cut my crease into a half cut crease. Now my crease is cut, I'm taking the same black shade, 24 Hour, and I'm just going to tap that onto my outer corner to blend it in with the concealer. Next to that, I'm going in with No Strings from the Love Affair palette. Now I'm taking the same Sweet Pea shade as I did before, but I'm not taking it all over my eye this time. I'm just taking it where I've cut that crease. Now I'm taking the Morphe Coffee Gel Liner, which is a dark brown shade, and just going to line my lash line with that. Okay, so that's my eyes done for the time being. Now I'm just going to go in with foundation. So I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth, the Sim 120 Classic Ivory. Then I'm using the Revolution Conceal and Define in C1 underneath my eyes. And powdering under there using the Maybelline Fit Me Translucent Powder. Then I'm using the bronzer from the Love Affair palette. This one is in the shade Honey on a Morphe E4 brush. And highlighting using the shade Filtered from the Get Ready With Me palette. To finish off the under eye, I like to use the Morphe M516 brush because it's really, really slanted and got a really sharp point on the top. So that's what I'm going to use to get my nice winged out sharp shape on the edge. And I'm dipping into the middle shade, which is No Limits from the Get Ready With Me palette. Yet again, my camera cut out, so you probably didn't see much of the under eye, which is really, really good, and I'm really glad that happened, to be fair. So again, thank you so much, Sony. But now I'm onto eyelashes, and I'm taking the new Eldora eyelashes in the style Fairy Dolly. These are literally beautiful, and look at this packaging, how cute is that? But I've been dying to try these lashes ever since I got them at their launch event, and today's the day, so I'm excited to see what they look like. To finish up with lips, I'm just going to go with a nude classic lip. So I'm just taking a Rimmel lip liner. I don't know what this is. Oh, 018 Addiction. And then I also got given these really amazing Kiko lip glosses. They're like double-sided, and one end has got the base colour and then one end has got the clear gloss. So I don't know if this colour is going to go with my eye look, but I'm definitely going to give it a try because these look very intriguing. So I'll see how I get on. And here is my finished look using the 3 new Saffron Barker in collaboration with Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes. I'm literally obsessed with these palettes, and I'm really not just saying that because they are Saffron's and because I love Saffron, but I really like these palettes. Especially my favorite one is Get Ready With Me. I feel like this one is the one I personally will reach for the most out of all of them, because I really love the fact that you can create a really smoky look with this. But I really like all three of them. So congratulations, Saff. These palettes are beautiful and I love them. Also, can we just talk about these lashes, because these are so pretty. I'm gonna have to stock up on like 77 more pairs of these. These, if I didn't mention already, are the Fairy Dolly lashes by Eldora false eyelashes. They are really pretty and huge and wispy, so if you're into that, then definitely go check those out. I think I'm uploading this on Friday, which is going to be the 7th, so if this is up on Friday, they should have dropped yesterday on the 6th, so if you do want to get your hands on them, I will link them below. But thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy, then make sure you leave a thumbs up, a comment below, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me. Don't forget also to follow me over on my Instagram, which is at Lsgmakeup. I'd really love to see you over there. We are literally 1k away from my 60k goal for the end of the new year. Thank you so much again for watching as always, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.